So apparently, Kevin James is in trouble right now. Not because of a scandal, not because he drop kicked a puppy, not because he got caught in a yacht photo with a suitcase full of red flags. No. Kevin James is catching heat because he did something truly unforgivable in 2026. He said he really doesn't talk politics. That's it. That's the crime scene. A comedian looked at the current cultural flamethrower and said, I'm just going to do jokes instead. And the internet reacted like he just unplugged the Matrix. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Critical Nerd. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for coming back, showing up, and supporting the channel the last couple of years. If you're new here, stick around. You may like what I have to say, you may not. But hey, the choice is yours. I do pop culture with a little bit of sarcasm, common sense, and receipts when the world insists on turning entertainment into a civics exam. And just a little quick ask, if you would, smash that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell, because the algorithm hears comedian and politics in the same sentence and immediately throws the content into a volcano. All right, here's what's going on. We're going to cover what Kevin James actually said, why certain people heard it as an act of war, how I'm staying out of it gets translated into he's the enemy, and why this whole meltdown is exactly what audiences are tired of. Kevin James has been out promoting a new comedy, and the marketing is, I gotta say, it's genius. He leaned into his character a bit, kept it rolling online, and then did a big public stunt around it, basically turning the promo into a running joke people could follow. And it worked. Because here's the thing. Audiences still show up for comedy when it's, fun. Not fun like, we're going to lecture you for 12 minutes and then roll credits. Actual fun. The kind where you can laugh without checking whether the joke has a political party affiliation. And that's where this really begins. The moment a movie like this gains traction, the cultural referees show up and inspect it like it's a suspicious package. Kevin James gets asked about politics and basically says something along the lines of, look, there are people out there who know way more than me. I'm not an expert. I'm focused on doing what I do, bringing people something heartfelt, something fun, something that gives them a break from the craziness, which is the most reasonable, self-aware statement any celebrity has made in the last, decade. It's humble. It's sane. Most of all, it's normal. But we don't live in normal times. Because in modern culture, if you're not loudly reciting the approved talking points, you're treated like you're hiding a manifesto under your mattress. Here's the core problem. A certain segment of the internet has decided that not taking a public political stance is itself a political stance. So if you say, I'm not commenting, the response becomes, oh, you're one of them. And suddenly, it's not about what you said, it's about what they assume you mean. It's like this weird psychic trial where the evidence is vibes. And it always follows the same pattern. Celebrity chooses neutrality or silence. Online activists interpret that as hostile. They label you as the enemy team. The dog pile starts. Then the media machine takes screenshots and calls it a backlash. And the part that drives me nuts is the entitlement behind it. Some people genuinely believe every public figure is required to validate the worldview on demand, like celebrities are emotional support animals with a PR team. Hey, Kevin, before I watch your movie, I need to know your stance on 6 global issues, 3 domestic policies, and whether you're spiritually aligned with my algorithm. Brother, I gotta tell you, Kevin James played Paul Blart. And this is where it really gets dishonest. Because Kevin James didn't say, I'm conservative. He didn't say, I'm liberal. He didn't say, vote for this person. He didn't say anything. He said, I'm not qualified, and I want to entertain. But the translation industry goes to work immediately. He won't speak out becomes he supports the wrong thing. He's not an expert becomes he's protecting his brand. He wants to be an escape becomes, he doesn't care. I mean, gotta say, it's pretty incredible. People can hear the same sentence and transform it into a full political biography. And if you question it, they hit you with, well, silence speaks volumes. No, silence speaks nothing. That's why it's called silence. Then you get the other side of the culture war jumping in. Because once the internet claims the left is mad, the right shows up like, see, this is proof Hollywood is insane. Kevin James is a hero. Now, suddenly, Kevin James isn't just a comedian. He's a symbol. He's a flag. He's a battleground. And I'm sitting here like, can we maybe let the man make jokes without turning him into a political Avengers cameo? Because that's the larger sickness. We can't just have a dude say, I'm staying out of it, and move on. Everything has to be a team sport. Everything has to be a loyalty test. Even comedy. And here's the bigger truth. And you can feel it everywhere. A lot of people are exhausted by the constant celebrity sermonizing. Yeah, sermonizing. Not because they hate politics, not because they can't handle truth, but because it's relentless and usually shallow. Hollywood has trained itself to believe entertainers are obligated to be activists. And some audiences have been trained to believe entertainers are obligated to be mouthpieces. Kevin James basically rejected both expectations. He chose the most old school, normal idea in entertainment. I want to make people laugh. And honestly, that might be the most rebellious thing you can do right now. Because the moment you stop feeding the outrage machine, it starts starving. So here's where I land in all this. Kevin James didn't dog whistle. He didn't endorse. He didn't betray anyone. He said he's not an expert and he wants to give people a break. That's not controversial. That's healthy. And if that triggers you, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe stop outsourcing your worldview to comedians. Now I want to hear from you guys out there. Should celebrities be expected to weigh in on politics constantly? Or is it totally reasonable for entertainers to say, hey, I'm here to entertain? Drop your take in the comments below. And if you want more pop culture coverings without the mandatory lecture series, if you would, please smash that like button, subscribe, and share this out there with your family and friends. That's it for me, the Critical Nerd. Keep your expectations low and your receipts high. Later.